Good evening and welcome to today's session for the subject Strategies for Sustainable Design. I'll wait for some more time, see if more people join, and then I'll start the session. Okay, I think we can start the session. So, welcome to week 12 of live sessions for the subject Strategies for Sustainable Design. This is the final week of live problem solving sessions. Apart from this, we have an additional session scheduled for 18th. But in terms of regular weekly sessions, this is the last one. So this is what that has been covered in this week of lectures. So you would have had 4 case examples or 4 case studies of buildings or building designs which can be considered as best practices or good examples of buildings which follow sustainability principles, who follow certain elements of either energy efficiency or green building design or net zero building design, uh, which can be taken into consideration while you try to learn about how such building design is done. So you can take a look at these case examples, and that is what has been covered in this week of lecture. So the first case study would have been a case study of the uh, campus planning and design of IIT Gandhinagar. Second lecture would have been comparative analysis of product design of different products and how sustainability parameters can be incorporated in product design. Third case study would have been on the design of net zero buildings in India, and we have had several examples of net zero buildings in India that have been constructed and have been awarded net zero building status through various rating systems. The last lecture would have been a comparative analysis of various international design projects, and we would have learned a little bit about how different architects all over the world have followed different kind of sustainability principles, kinds of energy efficiency or net zero building design principles to design certain buildings and projects. So this is what has been covered in this week of lectures. Now we'll solve some questions related to these lectures. So our first question for today is, IIT Gandhinagar has a total campus size of what? We have several options, either 400, 300 or 250 acres or none of them. So this is a question actually from the case study of IIT Gandhinagar. So the case study first started with the description of what the campus is like, what is the area of the campus, and accordingly it then discusses that how the different parts of the campus have been designed in a way that they follow sustainability principles. So the first aspect, this case study So the first aspect this case study discusses is about the area of the campus, and you can see here that the area of or the site area of campus is 400 acres. So that is the answer to this question. Moving on to the next question. So the next question is Indira Paryavaran Bhavan in New Delhi has a Griha rating of what? And you have several options: 3, 4, 5 stars, or platinum rating. So as you might have seen in your lecture, that Indira Paryavaran Bhavan is the first Griha rated uh, building in India, and it is located in Aliganj, Jarbagh, New Delhi. And as you can see here, the building has a provisional Griha rating of 5 stars. So that is the answer to your question. If you want to further read about Paryavaran Bhavan, there is a lot of material in the lectures itself. Apart from that, I have attached two resources for you to consider. So you can see this is the first resource. This is uh, a report document on the Indira Bhavan, where it mentions how or what kind of strategies have been adopted to reduce building impact on the natural environment in the planning and design of the Indira Bhavan. So you can see the first is sustainable site planning. So several considerations have been taken into account while site planning for this building, like large number of trees on the site have been preserved to uh, uh, to retain the relatively cooler microclimate of this greener segment of the city, and greenery has also been augmented by creating hard green spaces all around the building. Also, full solar panel cover on top of the building have been created, and the court edges are further used to create a shaded microclimate. And also the building is planned as a net zero building, producing as much energy on site through solar energy as possible. it consumes over the year. Also, as I just mentioned, that this is the first government building in the country to achieve this kind of landmark with fully fledged multifunctional office buildings. Again, you can see there are they have also mentioned that what steps were taken to reduce water consumption of the building. So you can see that here, and also for reduction of energy consumption, which has been compared to the Griha benchmark, while also ensuring that the building maintains occupant comfort also. So occupant comfort hasn't been compromised on just to reduce energy consumption. Also, the building incorporates renewable energy technologies on site and also uses low energy material like tile terrace in the building. So these are some details of the NPTEL-PMRF Bhavan, which you can see for yourself if you're interested in. I have also attached IVB case study for NPTEL-PMRF. So here also you get an introduction for the building, then what are the passive strategies that have been incorporated in the design. So you can see orientation of the building, how it has been planned, how the landscaping has been done, what provisions for daylighting is there, for ventilation, and for development of building envelope and fenestrations, and also what kind of construction materials and techniques have been incorporated in the building construction to make it okay. Also, what active strategies have incorporated into the building design. So this includes lighting design, optimized energy systems or HVAC systems, chilled beam system, or screw chillers as it is called. And then also there is a geothermal heat exchange system that has also been integrated in this building. So if you want to go further into the details about all of these active strategies that have been incorporated into the building, you can go ahead and read this section. Then details of the renewable energy. So there is a solar PV system, and then there is an generation on-site generation system also in the building premises. So details for that uh, which have been updated till 2014. So that is also available in this section. So I hope this is helpful. So if you want to further read about the interparallel phenomenon, you can refer to these resources. But I hope this is clear. The answer for this question is 5 stars. It is the provisional rating for this building is 5 stars. So moving on to the next question, which is California Academy of Sciences was designed by which architect? So this is another example or case study that you would have seen in the lecture, where we compare different international green building designs or sustainable building designs. So this question is talking about the California Academy of Sciences. You can see the California Academy of Sciences is a building in San Francisco, and it is a great example of a sustainable building design, and it is designed by the architect Renzo Piano. So that is the answer to your question, that the building is designed by Renzo Piano. But as you can see, there are several key aspects or learnings that you can get from the design of this building, like for example, a great feature of the building is that the entire building complex is designed like a piece of bark that has been cut away and lifted up 10 meters above the ground. So instead of building having park in the surrounding, the building itself is a part of that natural green system or that greenery, and not separate from the urban surrounding the building. This has been done by creating a living roof over the building, and the living roof is covered with uh, these many selected autochthonous plants that have been planted, and specially uh, uh, in specially conceived biodegradable coconut fiber containers, which have been placed on the roof of the building. the roof is flat and its perimeter and uh, is flat at its perimeter and like the natural landscape that surrounds it, and it becomes increasingly undulating as it moves away from the edge to form a series of domes of various sizes rising up from the roof plane. So you can see these are the undulations that are present surface, but instead of these things sticking out as domes on the building, they have been created or made in a way that they don't represent uh, man-made domes, but more of like an undulating land instead of the building itself. Also, the two main domes cover the planetarium which is present in the building, and also the rainforest exhibition. And these domes are speckled with, they're not only covered with this living roof or living plant material, but it is also installed with skylights or series of skylights which are automated to open and close for ventilation and also for daylighting. So another feature is that the soil's moisture combined with phenomena of thermal inertia, which is present on the building's roof, it cools the inside of the museum significantly, and thus it also avoids the need of air conditioning in the building in the ground floor public areas and research offices along the facade. Also, photovoltaic cells are contained between the two glass panels in the building that form the transparent canopy around the perimeter of the green roof, and they provide more than 5% of the electricity required by the museum, the California Academy. And also the choice of materials, recycling and the positioning of spaces with respect to natural lighting, ventilation and water usage and rainwater recovery, energy production. All of these design issues are an integral part of the project itself, and these help the building obtain LEED Platinum certification. So if you want to read further about this building, I have linked these two resources. So if you click on through to here, I don't know why it's not. Okay, it's open. So you can see here, is this article explaining the details about the building design, the different architectural elements. You even have the plans and sections of the building. So if you want to go further into the details about uh, the design of this building, you can refer to this article. Also, there is again this resource which I have shared with you. This is from the architects who have designed the building, and this is their website, and they mention details of the building and building design. So if you want to further read about the project, you can visit this link as well. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Renzo Piano, he's the architect of the California Academy of Sciences building. He has designed and created this building, which is a very good example of sustainable or green building. I hope this is clear. We move on to the next question, which is how many architectural firms collaborated across the country for designing IIT Gandhinagar. So this actually comes from the various figures or key figures that were mentioned in the case study about IIT Gandhinagar campus and how the campus has been designed to follow sustainability principles. And in those key figures, you had this graphic mentioned to you, which mentioned that the IIT Gandhinagar has 400 acres in total land, and it's located on the banks of river Sabarmati. It accommodates 1,200 students, and 6,000 students will be accommodated by the end of the project. Also, uh, it has been a collaborative effort of six architectural firms from different parts of the country, and it has a 3.5 kilometer riverfront, uh, on the river Sabarmati, which adorns the campus. And a 100 feet tall landmark tower is one of the most distinctive architectural features of the campus, and the campus also has 75 trees that have been transplanted onto the campus site using advanced hydraulic machines. So these are the key figures about the campus that were mentioned, and two questions from these key figures have been put into this question. So if you remember, even the first question about the campus size, you can trace it back to that figure, which is 400 acres. So this question about how many architectural firms have collaborated for the design of the campus. So again, that also comes from this figure, which is 6 architectural firms. So I hope that is clear, and you can consider that this figure is an important component of the key features that are there in the sustainable design of IIT Gandhinagar campus. So I hope this is clear. We move on to the next question, which is the Village Center in Seattle was inaugurated on which day in 2013? So you have several options. Is it Earth Day, Women's Day, Environment Day, or AIDS Day? So the Village Center is another example of a sustainable commercial building, and the idea behind this building stemmed from the president of Bullitt Foundation, who is Dennis Hayes. So Dennis Hayes is an environmental activist, and he's also the coordinator of the first Earth Day, and he's also the co-founder of the Earth Day Network. So, because of this, the Bullitt Center, which was a conception of Dennis Hayes, it was inaugurated on Earth Day in 2013. So, this is a commercial building, and it is used as headquarters for an organization advocating environmental sustainability, in addition to being leased out to other business tenants. The building has been designed with a specific goal in mind, which is to provide carbon neutral office spaces that are commercially viable and also beneficial spaces to the occupants' well-being and their visually appealing as well. So it costs over 30 million to build and is 6 stories tall and 50,000 square feet, and the building markets itself as the world's greenest commercial building. So the Village Center did not use, why it markets itself as that is because it did not use any common toxic chemicals which are often used in the construction of commercial buildings, like formaldehyde, lead, mercury, PVC, BPA, which materials are often known to be hazardous to public health. So, what the building construction did, that they started with not using any of these building materials. Also, the building implemented an energy and water efficiency strategy to meet the net zero energy standard, and all of the building energy needs are supplied by the new renewable energy that is generated on site. Also, the 575 rooftop solar panels, which are placed on the Village Center's roof, they actually generate more energy than is required by the building needs, especially during the summer months. So, the electricity that is generated is sold back to the municipal grid in the municipality where the building is located in a process which is known as net metering. And the Billet Center exclusively uses energy efficient structures, equipment, and systems so as to reduce the energy requirements of the building. These include things like the airtight construction, triple pane windows, and advanced insulation systems, which makes the energy requirements of the building very low. Also, energy efficient lighting, digital lighting, power controls, high performance appliances, and HVAC, energy efficient HVAC systems are used in the building to further facilitate that. If you want to read further about this building, I have linked another article about the building center. So this article talks about the building as the greenest commercial building. You can access that here. So this is the article. labeling this building as the world cleanest commercial building. This gives you the details of the building design, the interiors, even the plan section, and different uh, sort of energy efficiency, net zero energy, and other techniques that have been employed by the people. So if you want to read further, if you want to go into the plan sections and details of the building, you can access this article. So I think it is clear. So because this building is a conception of Dennis Hayes, who is also the co-founder of the Earth Day Network and the first Earth Day. Because of that, this building was inaugurated on Earth Day. So I think that is clear. We move on to the next question. So the next question is, IIT Gandhinagar is located in which seismic zone as per the Indian Seismic Code? So we have options zone 1, 2, 3 and 4. So Gandhinagar is basically located in seismic zone 3, so that is the answer to your question. But why is this important? Because a lot of the construction technology or construction strategy in building design or building construction design that was used or that was planned following this particular factor that Gandhinagar is located in seismic zone 3 and Gujarat has already experienced several devastating earthquakes in recent history, uh, which has caused huge human and economic losses in the state of Gujarat. So, following that, because Gandhinagar is in the seismic zone 3, there were several design decisions that were made in the building construction uh, of the buildings present in IIT Gandhinagar that were influenced by its location in the seismic zone 3. So, uh, evidence from numerous earthquakes in other countries indicated that good seismic performance in the buildings can be achieved with confined masonry. Uh, change. So, masonry is basically how the building walls and other components of the building are constructed, and it was observed that confined masonry, which is a type of masonry that can yield better seismic performance as compared to the RCC kind of construction technique, which is usually used in other building construction in India. So, because of this, all the residential buildings in IIT Gandhinagar Permanent Campus are constructed using confined masonry. So, confined masonry buildings are expected to have better earthquake performance than unreinforced masonry wall construction, and also compared to the RCC or reinforced concrete construction frames and infills. So, you can see a comparison of Haiti and Chile. So Haiti had experienced an earthquake of magnitude 7.0 in January 2010, and Chile experienced an earthquake of magnitude 8.8 in February 2010. So during the same time, Chile experienced an earthquake of a magnitude greater than what Haiti experienced. But Haiti faced a lot of building damage and loss to human lives because of the type of construction which was there in Haiti. However, in Chile, there were only 521 deaths, and this was and not so much building damage, and this was because the buildings in Chile used confined masonry construction. So this is one example, and similarly, several examples showed that confined masonry construction has a better performance in terms of earthquake safety as compared to other types of building construction. So that is why this kind of masonry was used in building construction in IIT Gandhinagar. So these are the three key components of a confined masonry type of construction. So first you have masonry walls, which are either uh, laid with clay bricks or concrete blocks or concrete bricks. Then you have tie columns and tie beams. So tie columns are vertical are reinforced concrete confining elements, and tie beams are horizontal. Sorry, tie beams are horizontal and tie columns are vertical RC confining elements, which may resemble beams and columns in RCC construction, but they, as you can see, they are different from uh, an RCC construction. Another key difference in confined masonry and concrete infill frame is the sequence in which the bricks and the columns and beams are laid. So, in confined masonry, the walls are erected first and concrete is infilled later. However, in reinforced concrete, infilled type of frame, the concrete beams and columns and even the slabs are laid in first, and then the brick walls are erected inside these frames at a later point. So this is again a key difference in these two types of masonries. So if you want to further read about the type of masonry that have been used in IIT Gandhinagar, I have linked a presentation which has been prepared by IIT Gandhinagar themselves. So it is a presentation that has been given by Dr. Svetlana, and it is a presentation on the use of short course uh, uh, use of confined masonry in buildings in IIT Gandhinagar. So it gives you details about the key concept of confined masonry and what lessons can be learned from past experiences of use of this kind of masonry in building design. So if you want to further read about this kind of masonry and its use in the buildings, you are free to visit this link and access this presentation for your reference. So I hope that helps. Coming back, so the answer to this question is basically that IIT Gandhinagar is located in seismic zone 3, and because of that, these are the design decisions that were taken in the building design for IIT Gandhinagar. Moving on to the next question, which is India's first net zero building is what? So again, if you remember that when we are talking about Indira Paryavaran Bhavan, it is the first net zero building that has been designed or built in India. So that is again your answer. So moving on to the next question, which is the Edge, that is in Netherlands. It has received what percentage of rating from BREEAM? And you have several options: 97.3%, 98.3, 96.3, and 98%. So, like there is a lead rating, we have Griha in India, and BREEAM is another kind of a rating system, which uh, uh, rates or which gives certification for construction or new construction of a building which has been awarded to in this case to building which is called the Edge. So the Edge is an office building which is located in Amsterdam's business district, and it is again a good example of how sustainability can be incorporated into office building design. So it is this building is officially considered to be the world's most sustainable office building, and it has been awarded the highest rating ever recorded by the BRE also, which is the Building Research Establishment, which is the global assessor of sustainable buildings, and also BREEAM, which is the Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Methodology. Using that methodology, the project achieved certification for new construction, and it achieved the rating as outstanding and a score of 98.36%. So that is the answer to this question, that the building scored 98.36%. How it did the building do it do that? So it achieved that score by employing both innovative smart technologies and also a holistic attitude to sustainability in the building design. So, while many other buildings use sustainability as purely technological narrative, the edge creates a new working environment which is enabled by sustainable technologies. So it doesn't only focus on only innovative solutions but other aspects of sustainability as well. So if you want to further read about how the building does that, I have linked an article uh, detailing out the design of this building. So this is the article, and you can get further specifications of the building design from here. So you can read about the how the atrium of this building is designed, what measures have been taken for daylighting in the building, also what measures for intensifying social interactions in the building, how the spaces in the buildings have been specifically designed to facilitate such kind of social interactions and other things like that. So if you want to further read about the different, not only environmental but even social sustainability aspects that have been incorporated in the building. So if you want to further read about that, you can take a look at this article about the building's design. So I hope this is helpful. We move on to the next question. So the next question is, how many basements does India's first net zero building have? So again, this question is about the Indira Paryavaran Bhavan, and if you had read about the design specifications of the building, it mentioned that the building has three basements. So that is the answer to this question. We won't go into further detail. We'll move to the next question. So the next question is, which is the world's tallest LEED platinum rated green building till date? And you have options: Petronas Towers, Burj Khalifa, Taipei 101, and One Vanderbilt. So Taipei 101 was awarded the platinum certification rating from LEED in 2011, and which is a certification system for energy efficiency and environmental design. And after this rating, Taipei 101 became the tallest and largest green building. So this is another example that would have been discussed in the lecture about different international sustainable and green building design. So this example is from there. So this example is for Taipei 101, which is the tallest and largest green building in the world. That is the answer to this question. So these are all the questions for today. Uh, if you have any doubts, go ahead and ask. If you want, I can also show you the subjective question, uh, which was there in the last run. So I am not showing you this question because, as you know, the exam questions are objective type. I think you also received an email telling you whether your exam is going to be subjective or objective kind. So I think all of you received that email.
Yes, we have received that email, but there is one there mentioned over there essay type of a question answer. Is it there in our exam pattern?
I'm not sure. someone had asked a doubt in the forum, and the teaching assistant who's working with the course instructor, they mentioned that you will have only objective type questions in the exam. If they have
Okay.
mentioned that you might have essay type questions, then I have also showed several subjective type questions in the problem solving session. So this is another example of subjective type question. I think earlier we saw subjective type question asking you, I think, to detail out sustainable technologies or sustainability principle used in building vernacular building design, I think. And there was another one where you had to give ratings using Griha rating techniques, and another one using I think IGBC's rating system. So these were some subjective questions that we did, and this is another example of a
Okay.
subjective question. So I think uh, they might be this kind of questions, but I think you should follow whatever is given to you in your email. So that I think is the final uh, what kind of questions you'll have in your exam.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So if you want, I can show you this subjective question if you like for me to show you. Okay, I'll just show it to you very quickly. So this is another subjective type question which was not in previous run but even the run even before that. So this question asks that take any case study or case site in your neighborhood and observe the scenario on issues related to three aspects of sustainability and ESE, which is environmental and sustainable uh, design, or I think something related to that. And you take photographs or make recordings and prepare map or flowchart, or you can also elaborate on stakeholders, activities, and interrelationships. And you have to basically tell about that what sustainability decisions that have been taken into account while constructing or designing the building in your neighborhood, or what are the aspects in your neighborhood which are sustainable in nature. And also the second part is to take any suitable strategies uh, that have been discussed in the course, and you can then apply them in that particular neighborhood that you think or you deem correct, that can help you achieve positive intervention in the existing scenario. And then you have to then elaborate the arguments that you present, which are suitable for the sustainable development of that neighborhood. So, because I live in IIT Roorkee, I showed an example of IIT Roorkee campus. So, IIT Roorkee campus has already a lot of sustainability initiatives at the core of building and construction activities in IIT Roorkee. Although the campus area is very small, but still a lot of sustainability initiatives and sustainable thinking have been integrated into the design and construction of buildings and open spaces in IIT Roorkee. So IIT Roorkee has a significant open and green spaces covering all parts of the campus. Even there are several faculty and student led initiatives also to save significant electricity in the campus. And first, uh, first initiative for this was to conduct an energy audit to develop a policy for reduction of electricity consumption in the building. Also, the IIT campus uses a lot of solar photovoltaic cells or panels in the campus for electricity generation. Also, they also use solar thermal systems for cooking in institute mess, and for water heating systems in the hostels and other residential buildings which are there in the campus. Also, all of the energy systems in IIT campus have sensors installed in them which can help check whether the systems are working or giving optimal performance. And it can also generate data which can help us then infer or get further insights into the energy performance in the campus, or how this energy performance can be improved. Also, the institute has a policy for vetting all of the new building proposals that are there in the institute by the institute green committee. So these all of the building proposals are vetted by the green committee before they're approved. Also, there is a solid waste generation segregation plan which is underway uh, for implementation in the campus, and also there are plans to co-generate biomass energy from the organic waste that is collected in the campus. More green initiatives are also being planned for wastewater treatment and also for recycling, rainwater harvesting in a decentralized manner on the campus. And we have the National Social Service Scheme uh, in the institute, which enables students and other people at the institute to volunteer for the institute's and neighborhood villages sustainability initiatives. This is another thing which is key for sustainability initiatives in IT. Also, we have green master plans in IT Roorkee, which focus on delineating permanent green areas in Roorkee with a focus on the biodiversity in IIT Roorkee, and also for creating participatory documentation of the flora and fauna which is present in the campus, and also for creating water bodies for surface water retention and rainwater harvesting in the campus. Also, detailed parameters for minimizing carbon footprint is being planned through a green audit in IIT campus. Also, a land use audit has been conducted for IIT Roorkee campus, which enables a master plan compliant or environmental norm compliant master plan to be created for IIT Roorkee, for where no trees would be cut for further building construction, and plans for further tree plantation can be integrated into the site planning of IIT Roorkee. Also, IIT Roorkee tries to use green materials for building construction. So things like autoclave aerated concrete or AAC, porous non-toxic, reusable, renewable and recyclable building materials like fly ash, cement, lime, water aerating agents, etc. are being used in as construction material in the building construction in IIT Roorkee. Also, as we mentioned earlier, we have a green office which again vets all of the construction programs, and it further has several other goals like to develop a green policy or a vision document and a framework for the institute to facilitate and undertake green initiatives. Also to develop a baseline scenario of CO2 emission, water use, waste generation, etc. From which we can then further improve. Then also for development of green technology packages which can help installation of SPV, windmill, waste energy, rainwater harvesting, etc. Uh, and implementation of green action plan in a phased manner in the campus. Also for monitoring and reporting, which can be then used to further improve sustainability in the campus, and for mainstreaming of green agenda in education and teaching also. Also, there are several initiatives which have already been undertaken in the campus for climate change mitigation also. Uh, so there are initiatives for energy and climate change. So for example, all of the department institutes have assessed their own energy consumption and realize their own energy saving potential by installing insulation, LED lighting, motion and photo sensors for lighting in the buildings, energy efficient lighting fixtures, and other sustainable technologies. Also, we are a institute that has been pioneering utilization of solar energy in the campus. As I mentioned, that we have SPV system, solar water heating system, and even solar systems for steam cooking. Also, we conducted an energy audit in 2009, and using that audit, the campus strives to become net zero energy consuming campus in the coming years. Also, there are measures for energy efficiency also. The details of that are mentioned here, which I won't go into detail, but you can read in your own time. And we also have waste handling facilities for reduction of carbon emission from burning of inorganic waste and mismanagement of different kinds of waste generated on the campus. Also, we have measures for water and wastewater treatment. We have sewage treatment plants, and activity is further planning to develop more wastewater treatment facilities and rainwater harvesting structures. Also, for transportation also, uh, efforts have been taken to minimize campus transportation, and e-rickshaws are used for commute inside of the campus. Also, plans for retention and improvement of biodiversity within the campus have been taken. So, Miyawaki Forest, which is a mini forest, has been planted inside of the campus, and the campus also conducts biodiversity census to keep track of what kind of flora and fauna is there in the campus. Also, all of these sustainability initiatives and sustainable thinking have been, or there have been steps taken to integrate all of this into the education and research into the campus. So that is all. So this is an example of IIT Roorkee's campus and how different sustainability initiatives and sustainable thinking has been integrated in the building and the campus design itself. So I hope this is clear. If you still have any further questions, please go ahead and ask. Yes, there is another problem discussion class on 18th, so day after tomorrow. Any other question? Okay, Tanmay is saying that the email that was received, it mentions that the exam format will be online. But again, you might have gotten centers for exam. So you will get an admit card, and in that itself, the center for your exam would be mentioned. Tanmay is asking, so no descriptive. I'm not sure. Sometimes even in online mode, you might get a descriptive type question, although it is unlikely. But I can't say it for sure that you won't have any descriptive type question in your exam. The TA mentioned that the questions will be objective type only, but as the email mentions online mode only, it just mentions the mode. It doesn't say what type of questions will be there. Okay, so Tanmay is saying exam center details have also been received. So, okay. All of you can check whether you have received the details of the exam center or not. I really don't have any idea of what is important and what is unimportant. I think whatever has been covered in your lectures, all of that is important, and whatever questions that you'll have in exams, that will be from the lectures and the material itself. So just pay attention and just focus on whatever has been there in your weekly lectures. That is all. No, I do not have any last year question paper. So the question paper are not shared. You'll get the question in online mode itself. So there are no physical question papers. It is just there in the examination only. If I try to explain the Griha and IGBC ratings again, it will be very time taking. So I request you to please go back to the lectures or go back to the sessions in which I discussed the IGBC and Griha in detail. And from there, if you have any specific doubts, you can ask those doubts. So we have several recorded sessions. I mentioned it previously also. So from this run of live session, and I also took the live session in previous year for this subject. So there are I have detailed calculation for GRIA and IGBC. So please go and refer to that session, to the recordings of that session. And if you have any specific doubts about the calculation, then you can ask. We have also a session day after tomorrow, so go through the pre-recorded session, and if you still have any doubts, we'll discuss day after tomorrow. Yes, the next session would be the last session before the exam. Okay, if there are no further doubts, I think we can close the session for today. Okay. Thank you all for attending, and I'll see you day after tomorrow for our final revision session.